Welcome, sweet friends, to Crafting with me, IndieAnnieJones, and welcome to the first crafting video of 2024. And can you tell how excited I am to get crafting again? I took a couple of weeks off after a very busy season, but I am so happy to be back, ready to inspire you to create something beautiful today. Today we have our first 2024 Can't Sleep Creations collaborations, hosted by my friends Dawn, Shabby Meets Bling, and Monica of Up All Night DIY, and yours truly, along with many other friends, with some Valentine's creations for you today. If you went after Christmas shopping, this will be for you. I bought these after Christmas at Hobby Lobby, 90% off. They are ceramic hearts that were $1.99 and I paid 20 cents for them. So I think this is the least expensive craft I have for today. So I had watched this wonderful collaboration that Dawn was in last week with gingerbreads for Valentine's Day, and it just got me inspired to create my own little Valentine gingerbread with this ornament. I'm going to try to focus on creating items that you might be able to use, some Christmas items that you still have hanging around the house. Don't you have that one thing that you forgot to put away and then you find it like 3 months later when you're decorating for Easter? Well, yes, that's what this is for today. So if you found these ornaments, or if you have those heart ornaments that you can find, the wood heart ornaments that you can find at the Dollar Tree, and actually they still have these at Hobby Lobby, but of course now they're marked as Valentine's Day, not Christmas. So again, same thing, but if you can get it after Christmas, it's a lot cheaper. Now I used some caulking and a little bit of light pink paint from Folk Art Paint, I believe, and that's from the Plaid family of products. And as you can see, all I did was I mixed the two, the caulking and the paint, and created kind of like a frosting kind of look. And as it was drying, I created my own little roses from a glue gun and this wonderful mold that I found on Temu. I also had this mold already that created leaves, so I'll be incorporating those as well. Once my glue stick roses were set and firm, all I had to do was paint them. And as you see there, and I'm sorry I skipped a step, I also dotted the outside perimeter of this little cookie with some of that t-shirt paint, so that puffy paint, so it looks like icing, and I thought it was just perfect. And here all I'm doing is I painted those little leaves, I'm adding them, and I have to apologize for my kitty cats that like to stand right under the light when I'm crafting. As you can imagine, at 10 cents each, I bought plenty of these hearts, so you'll see a lot of them coming up soon. But here is another idea. All I did was, again, using my plaid paint, just painted the whole ceramic heart back and front in this beautiful like beigey taupey color. I don't know, I wanted to make it kind of vintagey looking, and that's exactly what I did. Now I'm also dabbing a little bit of white, like a pearly white color, just to give it some dimension, and later I'll add a little bit of a darker brown. Now I have these beautiful decoupage papers, and I had to use it. I don't know if they're decoupage. No, they're not decoupage because they would be thinner. These are just scrap papers, and I love that design with the roses and decided to use that on this little heart. Now all I did was, I just used some Mod Podge. I let it glue a little, set a little, and then I'm just going to cut off the excess. And once I've cut off all the bigger parts, I am going to go back with a little hand sander and sand down the edges so they're not as visible. And then once that's done, all I'm going to do is go around the edges and just add a little bit of that dark gold color to it. And I think it just adds a little more dimension, as I said before. But this was so fast and so easy, and if you want to make a whole bunch of these and hang them onto your mantle, or if you have a Valentine's Day tree, and I do use my mini iron just to make sure that it's really well done to the heart. Now, as you saw, I just used a little of that beige color, and I tried to age the lace a little bit. This is that beautiful lace from the Dollar Tree. Now, even though I say it's from the Dollar Tree, I didn't buy it this year. I just had a bit of it left over, so I decided to use it here. I'm trying to use the items that I already have on hand without spending more money. I know it's tough out there, and I just want to inspire you to create with whatever you have on hand. So if you don't have, for example, if you don't have the wood pieces, you can always use cardboard to create these hearts. It's very simple, and all you have to do is just put something like ribbon or something on the edges so it doesn't look like cardboard, and there you have it. Now for this next one, I really was inspired by vintage, like a very vintage feel, and I was even thinking of, you know, Wedgwood, any kind of Wedgwood china where it's that very colorful china with white accents. I was trying to get that kind of look. It turned out to something else, but I still love it just the same. So what I'm doing here is I'm using this very small mold that I have for a cameo. Now once again, if you don't have this mold, you can just create your own kind of cameo with any kind of pins that you have around the house. Do however you wish. And you can also, remember, you can also use glue. If you do have a mold, you can also use hot glue to fill in the mold instead of clay. Once again, I'm using my little rose mold, and I'm going to create the little flowers, little roses from air dry clay instead of hot glue this time. Again, very simple to use if you have the mold. If not, you can actually use even small silk roses, whatever you prefer. Now with the cameo, I decided not to leave it all white. I decided to add this antique gold just to give it a little more glitz and glamour. And I don't know exactly how I'm going to use these, but I really love the way these are turning out. Now with the cameo, I left her little face white, and I painted the background blue to match the blue of the heart, possibly a little bit lighter. I added a little darker color to the whole heart. Now here I'm putting the cameo together, as you can see, and it's so easy with this little cameo design, and I can adjust it as I wish. And as you can see, I just added it to the middle of that ornament. Now I'm painting all little roses and leaves because I wanted to have all the little embellishments all in gold to match that beautiful cameo. And because I'm using air dry clay, I am using wood glue to attach this to the ceramic heart, and it works perfectly. I think it turned out so cute and so different. Instead of just pink and red for Valentine's Day, you can always add a little pop of color here and there, just like this little heart. Luna popped in to say hello, curious little cat. She was interested in this little item that I found at the thrift store from Tim Holtz. Look at this. Isn't this the coolest thing? It was only $3. It's beautiful. I love it. And you can recreate it just with Dollar Tree items as well. You don't have to have this. I don't know if this is a current product item or if it's discontinued, but it's this little frame with those ring hooks that you can add little mementos to, or cards. I had this cut out left over from Christmas time. If you saw my Christmas ornaments that I made, the Victorian ones, I had these little wood cutouts that I made. I painted it pink, and now I'm just going to decoupage some beautiful Valentine's Victorian type, romantic papers that I had from my haul from Temu. Now, just because you don't have this wood cutout, you probably have some kind of wood cutout. It could have been a heart. It could have been just a plain cardstock that I could have added there. And as I said before, you can recreate very similarly something with a frame from Dollar Tree and one of those taper candle holders. You can create the same exact look. So here I'm just going to, I'm like changing around the roses and stuff, and of course I am making it that raw edge so it looks prettier, and of course I'm using my Mod Podge. And just in case you were wondering where my kitty cats are, they are in their cat containment units. Now, as you can see, the replacement of the roses looks so much better than just in that little corner. But now in that corner, I'm going to put a real little rose from the Dollar Tree. They have these lovely roses. And luckily for me, the little frame that I chose was perfect. Our little wood cutout is perfect because it has little holes that match those rings. And look at how cute this is to have on my desk during Valentine's Day, and actually all year long, especially for shabby chic. I don't know about you, but I have a bunch of these little Dollar Tree trees hanging around, these little white trees. Now I know the Dollar Tree comes out with pink trees for Valentine's Day, but again, I'm trying to make use of what I already have. And as you can see here, I'm taking those white trees and I've taken the little plastic ends off and I am bending them into shape because I'm going to create a heart wreath with these little white trees. Again, I don't need for you to go out and purchase the pink trees that they have out now, but you can do the same thing, the same idea with the little pink trees from the Dollar Tree. But if you have the white, it turns out beautiful as well. Now, I took advantage of the Christmas sales and kept my eyes open for some pink Christmas ornaments, and they had a lot of the pink ornaments at the Dollar Tree and also at Hobby Lobby and other places, and I was able to get them at a pretty good price right after Christmas, especially because not a lot of people decorate with pink, although it's becoming more popular for Christmas. So it really worked out very well. Now, most important thing, of course, is to fluff things out. Now, what I do is I bend it into shape so they're not like 4-inch branches all around. But look at these beautiful little baubles or balls or Christmas ornaments that I found. Oh, excuse my head there. That I found at the Dollar Tree, I found at Hobby Lobby and Michael's. And I put them all together and just look at how gorgeous they all look together, and combine either, you know, the big baubles and big balls and the smaller ones, and just make the most of it. You can really take advantage of all the things that you have around the house. If you don't have any ornaments hanging around the house and you do have these white Christmas trees, you can add bows. Imagine beautiful pink bows from your scraps, and just, you know, adding pink bows and hot pink and light pink and just a whole bunch of pink little bows that you can add to this, and it would just look darling. But I am so happy at how well this turned out. You know, here's the problem. I'm in Miami and I don't like to put my pretty wreaths on my front door because I know that the sun will get to it and ruin them. So I'm probably going to take this to my office and have this hanging on my office door. Besides, they're already used to me decorating for every season, so might as well, you know. That also reminds me, I should make a headband for Valentine's Day, so that might be coming soon. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do, but I think this looks perfect. What do you think? Of course, with being Valentine's Day, I wanted to create an assemblage. I love saying that word, assemblage. Do you know what an assemblage is? It's pretty much assembling a lot of things together. So here what I'm using is a leftover roll from a ribbon roll, and this ribbon was actually on clearance as well after Christmas. So I am using this wonderful ribbon roll. I used a little tart tin. I guess it's not a tart tin because it's not made out of tin, but it was made out of paper. I've wrapped some lace around it as well, and this is just lace scrap that it really wasn't going to be long enough for anything else. Added some buttons from my collection, and I added a little styrofoam ball that I cut in half onto the top. Now before that, I had created this little cutout, and again, I found this on graphicsfairy.com. If you love vintage Valentine's Day, you definitely have to go to graphicsfairy.com because she has so many free images that you can use for Valentine's Day, just like this one. Now I'm embellishing it with some actual tinsel or glass, what is sparkles, sprinkles, what is it called? Oh, I forgot what the name of this is called. Those sprinkly things. Oh, glitter. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot the name for glitter. What the heck? Anyway, some glass glitter in gold, and it's this vintagey gold color, and I thought it was perfect for this. Now I am going around the edge to cover that white card edge with some antique gold, and I'm also going to touch upon the little image with some gold accents as well that aren't glitter, and I think it's perfect. Now I did put some scrap paper on the back, and I'm including it to this little skewer stick so that I can embed it into that little styrofoam ball, cutting it to cutting it into place. And this is so much fun because an assemblage is basically using everything that you have. It's very Victorian. Victorians used little scraps of, envelopes and paper. And there's my other kitty, Kuru, helping me out, and her own cat containment unit. And there you can see all the items that I have gathered together. Little wooden hearts that I had from last year, stickers that I had from last year, and just wonderful little designs that I have. Now I am antiquing them with a little bit of that antique gold, just going over it so it's not as shocking, I guess. And so that it all ties in together with that first little image. Now this, I found these beautiful flowers I wanted to include, but I didn't want to just glue it to the back. So I cut a piece of a glue stick, as you can see there, to be a spacer between the flowers and the original image. And I just love the way it turned out. Now I'm adding all these little stickers that I got from the Dollar Tree, and there you have it, a cute little Valentine's assemblage that I can add to my office decor. And little Kuru was very curious, so we needed to have a little bit of kitty cuddles. Look at that little nose. Oh, so cute. Anyway, I am using my stash of vintage buttons. I know I have a big stash because the buttons have been passed on from my mom. From my grandmother actually to my mom, now to me. So I wanted to make the most of it, and I thought this would be a cute way to commemorate them. Now, I was initially going to use this for my Shabby Chic Valentines, which is coming up with the Duchess of Shabby Chic herself, Becky, from Kinda Shabby, but Always Chic. And she is joining me and Shabby Meets Bling as we create a Shabby Chic collaboration. So I might use this in a further project, but I thought I wanted to share this with you now. I was so excited. I hadn't crafted and been in my craft room to craft in such a long time. I've been cleaning, but not crafting. So, and remember, my cleaning video, my Craftapalooza or Cleanapalooza for your craft room is coming at the end of this month. Now, I really enjoyed putting together this little heart with all of these wonderful buttons. Some of these buttons are mother of pearl, and that's why they have that shimmer, that shine. I don't know how to call it, but definitely very shabby chic for Valentine's Day. Thanks again to my co-host Dawn of Shabby Meets Bling and Monica of Up All Night DIY for this Can't Sleep Creations collaboration celebrating Valentine's Day. Please check out a full playlist of wonderful Valentine's Day ideas. Come back next week for another collaboration with Jody at Southern Seasons, Becky of Kinda Shabby, and of course Shabby Meets Bling for a Shabby Chic Valentine's Day collaboration. Thank you so much for stopping by, and if this is your first time here, please consider subscribing to my channel for some more fun ideas for DIY. As I always say, stay safe, be kind, God bless each and every one of you, and remember to live the adventure, and I'll see you again next week.